What's up, nerds? So today I'm going to be wrapping up the year with something special, my top 10 best movies of 2024. And oh man, this year was insane. From mind-bending sci-fi to heart-wrenching dramas, we've seen it all. I didn't get to see every single movie that I wanted to see, but I did get to see a bunch of movies. I didn't get to see them all in the cinema, which is a bummer, but you know how it goes. Yeah, nobody's got all that money and nobody's got all that time, but whatever. But this list is, I have different viewing habits because I have kids and everything, but I was able to see a lot of movies that I really wanted to see, and some in the theaters that I wanted to see without my children. And then I did see a lot of animated movies this year, so be prepared for that list. But I'm going to go through my top 10 of 2024. So grab your popcorn because we're about to geek out over some cinematic masterpieces that blew our minds and my mind personally. So let's get into it. Here we go. So coming in at number 10 is Beetlejuice. Now, Tim Burton delivers a delightful trip back to his dark, whimsical world. I mean, the visuals, very good. Every frame is dripping with Burton's unique gothic flair. Michael Keaton slides back into his Beetlejuice like he never left it, bringing that chaotic, mischievous energy that we all missed. Sure, the plot takes some wild turns, but that's part of the charm. It's like a funhouse ride through Burton's imagination. I mean, we've managed to expand the universe in a way that honors the spirit of the original while adding new layers of madness and laughter. Now, the ending really pops, giving us the kind of spectacle and nostalgia we were craving. So, if you're looking for that magical blend of humor and horror, this sequel doesn't disappoint. It's a loving nod to fans with just enough new weirdness to keep things fresh. Coming in at number 9, Strange Darling. Now, Strange Darling, this movie grabs you by the throat and doesn't let go until the credits roll. Now, picture this, a horror thriller that's not just about jump scares, but messes with your mind like a Rubik's Cube with too many colors. Willa Fitzgerald and Kyle Gallner, they're not just acting, they're living these roles, delivering performances that stick with you like a bad dream. The storytelling is all over the place in the best way. It's non-linear, it's confusing, it's brilliant. And let's talk about the cinematography. Shot in 35 millimeter, it gives this whole film a raw, visceral feel that you don't get with digital. If you're into movies that make you think, make you gasp, and make you want to watch it again immediately to catch all the little details you missed, Strange Darling is your new obsession. It's like they took the most twisted parts of your favorite psychological thrillers and turned the dial up to 11. Don't sleep on this one, or you'll be missing out on one of the most gripping, mind-bending experiences of the year. See it, and you'll thank me later. Coming in at number 8 is The Substance. Now, I've seen my share of gory movies, but let me tell you, this one's different. It's got all the Cronenberg vibes you could ask for, with body mutilations and grotesque transformations that are just as disturbing as they are fascinating. But here's the crazy part. It didn't make me gag like most of these films do. Instead, it's got this deep, dark satire about beauty standards and the lengths we go to keep up appearances. I mean, Demi Moore absolutely kills it, bringing both the horror and the heart to her role. And the effects, top notch, practical, and just wild enough to be believable, but not over the top. If you're into body horror that makes you think as much as it makes you squirm, The Substance is a must watch. But be warned, it's not for the faint of heart, even if it didn't make me reach for the barf bag. Coming in at number 7, Sonic 3. Now, this is not just a movie. It's a full-blown love letter to every Sonic fan out there. This movie, it's like they took everything we loved about the first 2 films, amped up the speed, and threw in more chaos than a chili dog eating contest. We're talking Jim Carrey back as Robotnik, and he's more unhinged than ever, giving us that perfect blend of comedy and villainy that we all crave. And the new characters, oh man, they fit right into this universe like they've always been there. The animation, smoother than Sonic's quills after a good run. The plot, it's not just some simple chase. There's depth, there's heart, and there's a ton of fan service that'll have you screaming at your screen. If you're into gaming lore, you'll spot Easter eggs faster than Sonic dashes through loops. Sonic 3 isn't just a movie, it's an experience, a testament to what happens when a franchise respects its fans. So grab your rings, your friends, and dive into the cinematic adventure because trust me, you do not want to miss this one. So coming in at number 6, The Apprentice. That's right, The Apprentice is not what you might expect. It's a deep dive into the psyche of Donald Trump. It's both surprising and compelling. Now, I know what you're thinking, but hold on to your MAGA hats or your racist signs. This movie isn't trying to make you love or hate the guy. It's about understanding him. And let me tell you, it does that in spades. Sebastian Stan gives a performance so nuanced, you almost forgot you're watching Trump. He's just a young, ambitious dude trying to make it in the 70s New York. The film shows you the human side, the flaws, the insecurities, and yeah, the ruthlessness. But it's like watching a character study. I mean, Jeremy Strong as Roy Cohn, chef's kiss. And I don't use chef's kiss very often. But they paint this picture of a mentorship and corruption that's both fascinating and a bit terrifying. If you're into movies that make you think, man, there's more to this story, then The Apprentice is your jam. It's not about politics. It's about the man behind the headlines, giving us a glimpse into what shaped him. So whether you're a fan or you can't stand the guy, this movie is worth watching for the sheer humanization of a figure we thought we knew. It's a must watch for anyone who appreciates a good character dissection in cinema. All right, coming in at number 5 is A Quiet Place Day One. Now, this movie, it's like an anxiety marathon from start to finish. You've got Lupita Nyong'o in this prequel, taking us back to when the alien invasion kicked off in New York City. From the get-go, the tension is cranked up to 11. Every little sound, every single creak, it had me on the edge of my seat sweating. The silence in this film isn't just a gimmick. It's a living, breathing character that made my heart race like I was in the movie myself. Watching Sam and her cat Frodo, adorable, navigate this apocalyptic nightmare, you feel every close call, every moment where they're just a whisper away from death. The sound design, man, it's genius. You're scared to even crunch on your popcorn because you feel like you might give away their position. But let's be real, the anxiety doesn't let up. It's a relentless ride that left me both terrified and in awe of how they pulled it off. And if you're looking for a film that'll make you grip your seat and check over your shoulder, A Quiet Place Day One is your jam. All right, so coming in at number 4 is Longlegs. Now, I've got to talk about Longlegs from this year because, man, this flick is wild. We've got Micah Monroe as Lee Harker, an FBI agent diving into this dark, twisted serial killer case that's about some occult nonsense. And let's not forget Nicolas Cage, who is absolutely unhinged as Longlegs the killer. This movie doesn't hold back on the creepy factor. It's like you're walking through a nightmare with its eerie vibe and intense atmosphere. But here's the thing. The ending kind of threw me for a loop. I felt like it was trying too hard to explain everything when it should have just left us with that chilling, mysterious vibe. The cinematography, top notch. All dark and moody, perfect for this kind of horror thriller. Now, if you're into psychological horror with a dash of 90s nostalgia, then Longlegs is a must watch, but be prepared for that exposition dump at the end. Coming in at number 3 is Wicked. I know, you're like, why was it in number 1? I'll get the hell out of here. It's my list. Wicked is straight up awesome. And I'm not just saying that because it's got some of the best tunes and performances of the year. This movie takes everything you loved about the Broadway show and cranks it up to 11. Picture this. Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba and Ariana Grande as Glinda, both bringing their A game to the screen like it's nobody's business. The visuals, mind-blowing. It's like they took the magic of Oz and injected it with steroids, making you feel like you're part of the story. I mean, and let's talk about the plot. Okay, it's not just a rehash. It's got depth, it's got drama, it's got that political edge that makes you think, wow, this is more than just a musical. Now, if you're into the geeky side of cinema, the attention to detail in every frame will have you geeking out. Seriously, Wicked is the cinematic experience you didn't know you needed until now. So grab your popcorn because this movie it just hit digital and you need to see it. Although it's $30. I was like, man, they are trying to get that money out of this one. I paid it. All right, coming in at number 2 is Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, this is a triumph addition to the superhero genre, brilliantly making Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman's return to these roles that fans have long cherished. This film not only exceeds expectations, but revitalizes this Marvel Cinematic Universe with its unique blend of vulgar humor, intense action, and heartfelt moments. I mean, that car scene is just like so like, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman share an electric chemistry, delivering performances that are both nostalgic and fresh, but paying homage to the Fox era while boldly stepping into the MCU. Now, the film's relentless meta humor combined with the surprising emotional depth makes it a standout, providing that superhero films can still surprise, entertain, and even touch audiences. With its myriad of cameos, loved the cameos, clever jabs at the industry, and a story that respects its characters. Deadpool and Wolverine is a testament to what happens when creativity meets fan service, making it an unmissable cinematic experience. All right, you guys. So coming in at number 1, and if you watch my videos, then you know what it is. But coming in at number 1 for 2024, best movie of the year, Nosferatu. I know, surprise. But Robert Edgar's Nosferatu stands as a towering achievement in the cinematic landscape of 2024, unequivocally earning the title of the year's best film amidst a plethora of remarkable releases. Now, Edgar's masterfully blends the haunting essence of Herzog's adaptation with the eerie authenticity of Murnau's 1922 original and the rich narrative of Bram Stoker's novel, creating a perfect amalgamation for fans of both Nosferatu and Dracula. The film's stylistic and technical execution is a profound homage to Murnau, yet it distinctly showcases Edgar's flair for gothic horror. The performances are nothing short of spectacular, with each actor delivering their best, absolute best. Loved it. But it's Bill Skarsgård's portrayal of Orlok that steals the show, offering such an immersive transformation that it's almost a disservice to reveal his identity in the marketing. With a perfect 10 out of 10 rating, Nosferatu not only demands, but deserves multiple viewings. And I'm already planning my next trip to the cinema to experience this masterpiece once again. All right, you guys, so that's my list for 2024 top 10 movies. I know it's not your list, but share your list down below. I'd love to see what you guys had for your top 10 or maybe your top 3, whatever you decide. And like I said before, this is just my list. And I've got, a different viewing habits and everything these days. But yeah, I just love all these movies, or at least I liked them over everybody else and everything. But tell me what you guys thought about these movies. And again, leave your list down below, and you can leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next video. You guys have a good day. Bye.